How y'all doing out there? This is Pete over at D.I.Y Auto School, and we're going to do a review today. And what it is actually a paint buffer. So what we're looking at here, we're looking at the Earthquake XT, and what that is, that's a 12-volt maximum lithium cordless compact polisher sander kit. It says here, lightweight cordless polisher, delivers 2,800 RPM to 76. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you that. It says 7,600 RPM for polishing and sanding. That means that this is actually a grinder. This is a little Rolo-Lock. You can use Rolo-Lock pads on this and possibly use it for a grinder. That's what I'm reading here anyway. I actually went and bought one of these. And what we're going to do is we're going to review that right here. It says 12-volt battery pack, 12-volt charger, carrying case. Comes with a carrying case, 3-inch black finishing foam pad, 3 yellow foam pad, 3-inch wool pad, 2-inch twist lock backing pad, 3-inch twist lock backing pad, and a hook and loop backing pad. So it comes with everything you need. And I want to show you this right here. It says right here it's $119.99. I went in there and I got my 25% discount, online discount coupon, so I got 25% off. And they are comparing this to the Milwaukee part number 2438-22 at $229, and they're saying that you're saving $109 and a penny. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out there and we're going to check this thing out. And if it turns out to be a great tool, that's great. If it doesn't, guess what? Guess what, guys? It's going to get the My Friend Pete thumbs down, and we won't be bullshitting around. Let's get out there. Let's get her done. Let's do it right, do it right, do it right. Because if we're not doing it right, we definitely ain't doing it at all.
Welcome to D.I.Y Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Now, what got me interested in purchasing the little polisher sander / buffer is that me and Minnie the body shop girl went up into the mountains and we went down some very, very tight roads, and I got some tree limb scratches on my paint. Now, you can't see them because my truck's filthy dirty. My truck is filthy dirty. Is this one right here? That might be one right here, maybe. Okay, here's one right here, looky here. Okay, do you see that scratch right there? Can you see that? Look. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and wash my truck and detail it. I'm gonna get all the mud off it and all the slop and all the dirt. And then we are going to take our little machine that we bought over at Harbor Freight, and we're going to go down the side of this truck, and hopefully that little machine is going to work. Let's go check that machine out and see what it's all about. All right, so what we got here, we got our kit, and as we look at the package, you can see that it comes in a very high quality package. Earthquake XT. Earthquake is a very popular brand over at Harbor Freight. If the name Earthquake is on it, that means it's usually high quality. So the box and the package really looks nice, and I would say that it's packaged very, very well with a lot of descriptive literature on it for you to actually read before you buy. Let's get this thing open and let's check it out. Now, right here it says dual speed settings. Okay, so it says 2,800 RPM for polishing and then 7,600 RPM for sanding. So once again, this doubles up as a grinder slash sander, and I'm going to show you that. It says variable speed for precision and control, so I'm figuring that the trigger is a variable speed trigger. When you pull it, the farther you pull the trigger and the faster it goes, and the easier you do it, the less it goes. Compact head designed for maneuverability in tight areas. We're going to look at that and we're going to check that out. Reinforced aluminum housing for improved durability. Okay, so this is not just a plastic housing they have on here. This is supposedly reinforced aluminum, which makes it a heavier duty and strong. That means when you drop it or something happens to it, you're going to be able to durabilitize this as saying it is a durable tool. Slim, lightweight body with non-slip grip for comfort and less fatigue. They're talking about this baby right here, okay? This is what they're talking about. All right, so let's get this thing open and let's see what we got. All right, so when we get it out of the box, the first thing we see is they got a zip tie on there. You're gonna have to get some wire cutters, guys. Okay, break that zip tie. Once the zip tie is broke, we're gonna turn it around, and the case is very nice and durable. Got the name on it right here. High quality and professional looking, I might say. And then when we open it, wow, look what we got. We got a beautiful kit that's very well packaged. We got full directions. There's actually a slot for our directions right here. Look at this. We're not going to go over the directions. You see that they're there. And they're actually in a nice tight Ziploc bag. All right. We're going to put that back in there. And then we also got our battery. We got one battery. We got our battery charger right here. And then this is all the stuff that it comes with. And these little buffing accessories, they're 3 inches, okay? They're 3-inch buffing accessories. And it does come with one set. And then it comes with your little Rolo-Lock discs. And what I'm talking about when I say Rolo-Lock, let me go get one of the sanding discs. I'll be right back. Okay, what I'm talking about is this little gem right here. This is called a Rolo-Lock. Now this is 36 grit, and in the body industry you use this to remove paint and to prep up the metal for body work. But do you see the little thread piece on there? Let me go ahead and open this. I want to show that to you. Get this open, because this is a very, very famous type of situation we got. And if you look in there, there's the hole. So this would screw in here just like that. And then you got your sander. Now I'm presuming that the little pads, these are Velcro pads. Okay, so these are Velcro pads, and it also comes with a Velcro wheel. Let me get that open there. So you can see right here, here's your Velcro wheel for your Velcro buffing pads. And then of course we have the machine. Now I'm holding that in my hand, and it feels like it's balanced very well. The head is a little bit heavy, but I'm thinking when I get the battery in it, and we're going to go ahead and stick it in here, now it feels like it's very well balanced. Here's my hand. You can see it's basically almost as big as my hand. It's very, very compact. One more thing that it does come with, let me see if I can get this to work. Okay, it has a little light on there, and it tells you the full charge system, if it's charged fully, halfway, or what have you. So that's pretty awesome right there. And then on the top right here, if we look at the top, that's for high speed and low speed. So, okay, so now we're on high speed. And then if we flick it, that's low speed. All right. Now one more thing it comes with, if I can get it out of here, or actually I'm not going to take it out. It comes with a handle. You can see the handle right here. And that's for if you want to use it as a two-handle situation. I cannot foresee anybody having to take this and actually use a T-handle on it for a grinder type situation. Now, if you're going to use this, let's say for a sander, just like this, you're going to use the high speed. You're not going to use the low speed. So let's go ahead and click it on high. Let's go over to the car over here. We're going to give it a test run and see how it works with our 36 grit grinding disc as far as removing paint for body work. All right, so you can basically see what's going on here. We got a hood that's really, really damaged, and you can also see that I've been working on it heavily in some areas. Now what I did is I took my sander and I sanded down the epoxy primer to find all my low spots. Now in this area right here, you can see there's a low spot because there's metal showing around it, and then right here it's black. So wherever that black paint is, that means it's a low. Now normally what I would use to remove the paint is this tool right here. And you can see that this tool right here, I have had this tool for over 30 years and it still works like brand new. This is a variable speed trigger, and it doesn't have high or low on it. You just, use the trigger to use the speed that you want. But you can kind of see what the deal is. This is an air tool, and then this here would be our electric tool. So once again, we are going to remove this area right here using our Earthquake XT 12 volt polisher / sander. I have set this on high speed, which is, I believe they said 7,800 RPM. Let's see if it'll do the trick and if it has enough torque to get that metal prepped up like we want it. So we went ahead and used that as a grinder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my air grinder and I'm going to grind out this area right here, doing exactly the same thing as I did with our Earthquake. Okay, so our air grinder, of course, knocked that down super fast, but as I was putting pressure on it, you saw from the cold weather, and this is what happens with air tools in the winter months of the year, the tool was starting to disengage and actually break down as we were using the air grinder. When we were using the Earthquake XT polisher, you notice that it didn't break down and it kept on grinding. We're going to go ahead and grind one more spot right here and just check it out one more time. And I want to let everybody know I am putting pressure on it as I use it. And yes, the Earthquake XT polisher / sander worked very, very well on that item right there. As far as the sander goes, using it as a grinder like you saw me use, the drawback that I see using this, it only comes with one battery. How long the battery lasts, we don't know. Okay, it says full battery power right there, but look at the hood on this car, and I want to go ahead and give everybody a gander. You can see what kind of body work we're talking about here. Very extreme and very, very, what can I say, big job, all right? So my suggestion is if you're going to buy this tool for this reason, no. I don't believe it would be worth it. I think you'd be wasting $100, and your best bet is to go buy one of these for $150. This lasts, like I said, I've had this over 30 years, and it works awesome, and this is the tool of choice in this scenario right here. So now that we've cleared that up, and we know that by using this on our vehicle as a grinder for body work, we realize that this will probably not be the tool of choice for that type of job. So I went ahead and installed the loop pad here onto our Velcro pad, onto our gun. And then what we would do is we got our white buffing pad. I believe the quality of this really isn't that nice. I'm just going to let you know that. It's not the highest quality that you can buy. Between a 1 and a 5 on this, I would give it a 0.5. That's kind of cheap. This foam pad, nice foam pad. I like the way that's built. And the yellow foam pad, another nice situation. As far as this little wool pad goes though, this is junk, and I think it's kind of cheesy and cheap. But these two pads are good. So what I'm going to do is we're not going to charge the battery. I'm going to go ahead. I wasn't going to charge the battery up, but what I'm going to do is to finish this off. Let me see if I can get this battery out. It's kind of being a pain in the ass. The battery's not coming out properly. Okay, there we go. Taking the battery out is a little bit hard. You got to push both of these plastic things in at the same time, and I'm finding out that they're pretty hard to push in. So I'm sure that'll wear out in time and make it easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and charge the battery up overnight. I'm going to go ahead and get my car washed. I'll go wash my car. And then when we come back, we're going to find some spots on my truck. We're going to see how this polisher works, and I'm going to tell you if it's worth that. So far, I'm going to go ahead and say it. We basically realized that using this as a grinder on metal to prep for body work in the collision world, I don't think it's worth it. We're going to see what happens with our polisher when we come back. I'm going to go down to the car wash my truck, clean it off, and we're going to see if we can remove some of those scratches that Minnie the body shop girl got on my truck going into the brush. Well, our battery's been charging overnight. I would say it possibly took at least 3 hours to charge that battery, and yeah, that was a long time. I can actually charge one of my flashlights up in less than 35 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get our polisher, our Earthquake XT 12 volt polisher. I've already got the head that I want on the machine itself. I'm going to go ahead and plug the battery back into it. And if we look close, it says that it's fully charged. We're going to go ahead and set our setting, our speed setting. We're going to set that on low, just like they suggest. Now, once again, remember I said this pad is kind of cheap and inexpensive, and I really wasn't excited about it. So I was telling you that we went up to the mountains and we got some really deep scratches on the vehicle. And what we're going to do, we're going to concentrate in this area right here. If we look right here, you can see here's a scratch. And I can take my fingernail and I can feel that scratch. Here's another one right here. And then if we come over here, we can see a very long one right in this area here. All right, now that we got everything covered up, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take a piece of 3000 grit. This is a 3000 grit sanding pad, and I am just going to scuff the scratched areas on my fender flare, and then we're going to see how this thing actually buffs out. Now, before we go any further, I want to let you know that we are going to test our Earthquake XT polisher against the system that I always use, which is basically my variable speed air drill with a buffing pad on it. We got a scratch right here. Let's go ahead, and then I got some water right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pad And this is actually how you fix scratches on your paint. You would take your 3000 grit pad, and then you're going to hand scuff that. And you're going to be very careful to stay away from the edges. And then there's one right here as well. So we got this one, this, and this. And then we're going to come down here, and I see another one right here. I'm going to go ahead and take a wipe ball and wipe that down. And when you first look at it, you're going to see that it looks dull from sanding it. And that is what the buffer, or should I say polisher tool, comes in handy for, is that it will eliminate the sand scratches. Okay, what I like to do is I like to apply my rubbing compound or polish onto the pad itself when it comes to one of these little ones. And then once I have it applied onto the pad, before I use it, I will take it and basically hand swirl it into the area that I am going to buff. All right, so now that we've rubbed that in there by hand, we're going to go ahead. I have this set on low speed. I believe that was 2400 RPM. That's what they suggest that you use when polishing. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this, and I'm going to be very honest. We haven't used no polish at all. All we've used is rubbing compound, and I'm going to be honest with you. I am very impressed with the Earthquake XT 12 volt polisher. This thing really did a beautiful job, and that was real time right there. You saw what happened. Let's go ahead and we're going to take the XT, we're going to put it down over here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my air drill on this one over here, and we're going to see what the difference is. Now this was the XT, this is our air drill area. And you can see right here, this is what I would normally do. I'm going to tell you right now, as I'm looking at that finish right there, this is no better than what we just did over here. Matter of fact, this polished area right here doesn't have any swirl marks in it, whereas if I come over here, I still have wax. Now, I am very shocked and amazed by this tool, being a Harbor Freight tool that it is. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe this down. I'm going to get that wax off it. And then, I don't even know if you can see it in the camera, but I'm going to tell you right now that this machine, this tool, for $100, okay, is worth every penny. I'm banking, just by looking at what we just did right here, I'm banking I can probably buff my whole truck with this thing if I really wanted to. So what's the conclusion on our Earthquake XT 12 volt polisher? What's my friend Pete's suggestion, or should I say my opinion on this subject? My opinion on this tool is it's worth every single dime. I don't know anything about the Milwaukee brand, but I do know about Earthquake XT. And if you're looking for a detail polisher, this is the polisher to get. It's $100 and some change, well worth the money. And I think that you would be happy owning this tool right here. So for the home hobbyist, or possibly even the professional, this tool will save you tons and tons of money. And another thing about buying a tool like this is a tool that you would purchase if you want to make money. This is a money maker right here. That's one of the reasons I say it's well worth $100, because having this tool in your toolbox is an awesome setup. It's a beautiful situation over here at SWRC. Harbor Freight's treating us great. Harbor Freight's doing us a square deal because Harbor Freight says, hang on, I gotta get this is irritating me. Okay, take 2 on that. Okay, because Harbor Freight says, hell yes. Let's beat the competition and let's make a tool that's even better. My friend Pete, your friend Pete, hold on a second, we're not done. I didn't realize that this actually had the whole polishing kit in it, so I went and purchased this. This is actually a really, really nice kit here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. I was gonna go ahead and take it back and get my money, but for the usage that I see this thing and knowing that these are Rolo-Lox pads in here, that's really, really an awesome situation. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, looking at the tools, doing the reviews, and me wasting my money so you don't waste yours. But this isn't a waste. Get it. This is a good buy. We finally got something that says, hell yeah, it's awesome.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.